correct. We're gonna take a trip to the Network Operations Center.
Initializing Network Operations Center.
Now, the Network Operations Center is where this all comes together. I have systems across the globe that I need to monitor. And I get, with the Q-SYS Reflect Enterprise Manager, our cloud-based monitoring and management platform, a bird's eye view into all of my systems across the globe. Now, here we're actually looking at Space Manager, which gives me a very high-level view of where my systems are and what systems may be experiencing a fault. Now here I actually do notice a fault, which just so happens to be at a system right here at the Dubai World Trade Center. So I'm going to dig in just a little bit, and I'm going to look at the individual core, which just happens to be running this very space we're in. So a few things that you can do here. I can look at system information. I can see what design file is running. I can see when it was last updated. But most importantly, I can get real-time status information of all of the connected inventory, including third-party devices. So let's scroll down and see what's actually happening here. And there it is. There's our culprit. It looks like we have a piece of inventory that's missing from our system. So if I click on this info icon, it tells me a loudspeaker must be wired to an amplifier. Well, yeah, I knew that, but apparently maybe that mistakenly got missed when the system was deployed. But that's okay, because I can send a tech on site to take care of that, possibly before a user even steps in the room. And that's really what the power of a cloud-based monitoring and management tool is. It's that I can proactively maintain my system and make better decisions and deliver better outcomes for my customers. All right, so additionally, I have access to a full event log, which will give me, as often as I want,
Help desk requested.
information that'll allow me to ensure that my system doesn't have any other issues that I need to take care of. But let's see what that help desk request is. All right, so what I did here is I've actually integrated or used webhooks to integrate Q-SYS Reflect notifications with a Teams channel that will automatically tell me when I get a status or a help desk request from one of our staff. Now, looking here, it looks like in our room next door, it looks like one of the employees was feeling too hot. Well, that's perfect, because I can send someone right next door to take care of that pretty quickly. So next, let's talk about data. So we talked about all of these different spaces that we have, whether it's from your collaboration to your spaces in between. But I want to know how my users are using the space. I want to know user preferences. I want to be able to collect data that helps me run business better and deliver on better business outcomes. So here, I'll just point out a couple of the things we're doing. We're actually integrating with Grafana Labs, which is aggregating data from a few different sources, one of those being Q-SYS itself. So we're actually using Q-SYS NC series network cameras to count how many people are in front of one of our kiosks here at Gitex. And that's helpful, because if I have too many people there, I know I might need to send a couple other staff members out to answer questions. I'm also integrating with a third-party platform called Space-T, which is pulling in temperature information from both of my rooms. So I can manage temperature, make sure it doesn't get too hot or too cold for the visitors coming through our booth. Now I'm actually going to head back to Reflect, because there's another cool feature I want to talk about, and that's remote user control interface capability. Now what this lets me do is, this lets me pull up any connected user control interface that's running on a Q-SYS core. Now here we're actually showing the user control interface that's running at one of our stations, or actually our coffee station right here at Gitex. And what's important here is that I can manipulate any of those controls from the comfort of the Network Operations Center. And it looks like that light shouldn't be on. So rather than having to send someone to take care of it, I'm going to do it right here. And there we go. The light is turned off and no one's the wiser. And that's just one of the many things you can do by being able to remote into the user control interface. But I do see one curious button here. I don't know what this one does. Are you sure? Yeah, let's do it. If you dream it, Q-SYS can do it. Thank you so much for joining us at Gitex 2025. Thanks, everybody.